Elon Musk built two companies that became worth over $1 trillion combined. And when you ask him how, he doesn't give you some fancy MBA answer. He gives you 5 rules. 5. That's it. And the wild part, most of them have nothing to do with intelligence, or connections, or even money. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why some startups explode and most just fade out. Let's start with the one nobody wants to hear. Rule 1. Work harder than feels reasonable. Not hustle culture hard, actually hard. When Musk and his brother started their first company, they didn't get a nice apartment. They rented a tiny office, slept on the couch, and showered at the YMCA, one computer between them. The website ran during the day, and Musk coded at night. 7 days a week, no days off. In theory, that sounds miserable. In practice, here's the math that makes it make sense. If your competitor works 50 hours a week, and you work 100, you're not just working twice as hard. You're getting an entire extra year of progress crammed into every single year. That's not grinding for the sake of grinding. That's compounding effort, the same way money compounds in an investment account. Rule 2. Your product can't just be good. It has to be undeniable. Here's where it gets interesting. If you're stepping into a brand new market, one nobody's touched yet, you actually get some breathing room. Standards are lower because there's no competition to compare yourself to. But if you're walking into a space that already has big, trusted players, forget pretty good. You know the type of startup that builds something 10% better than the leader and wonders why nobody switches. That's the trap. Put yourself in the customer's shoes for a second. Why would you risk an unknown brand for a marginal improvement? You wouldn't. People stick with what they trust unless the difference is massive. So the bar isn't better. The bar is obviously, unmistakably better. Anything less, and you're just noise. Speaking of which, that brings us to Rule 3, and it's the one most founders quietly get wrong. Rule 3, a company is just people. That's it. Strip away the branding, the funding rounds, the fancy office, and what's left? A group of humans trying to build something together. So the real question isn't, what's my business plan? It's who's actually in the room with me. Musk's take is blunt. Either join a team you genuinely respect, or if you're building your own thing, obsess over recruiting talented, hard-working people who are all pointed in the same direction. This sounds simple. It isn't, because a company full of smart people who are all pulling in slightly different directions will lose to a smaller team that's perfectly aligned. Talent matters. Alignment matters more. Now here's Rule 4. And this one might be the most counterintuitive on the list. Rule 4. Signal over noise. Translation. Spend your time and money on things that actually make the product better, and ignore everything else. Tesla is the textbook example here. $0 spent on traditional advertising. Not one Super Bowl ad. Instead, every dollar went into research, manufacturing, and design. Basically obsessing over making the car itself incredible. And the logic tracks. If your product is genuinely great, people talk about it for free. So the filter Musk applies to every decision is brutally simple. Is this effort actually making the product better? If yes, keep going. If no, kill it immediately, no matter how busy it makes you feel. Busy isn't the same as productive. A lot of companies confuse the two, and it quietly drains them. And finally, Rule 5, the one that's less about strategy and more about timing. Rule 5, take the risk now, while you still can. This one isn't really about business at all. It's about life math. Right now, whatever your responsibilities are, they're probably lighter than they'll ever be again. No kids yet. No mortgage tying you down. That's not a coincidence. It's a window. Because the moment you have a family, every risky decision stops being just about you. It becomes about the people depending on you too. And suddenly, the bold move that seemed exciting at 25 feels reckless at 40. So the advice is almost annoyingly simple. Do the bold thing now, before the window closes. Not because risk guarantees success, but because the cost of taking it only goes up from here. So let's bring this back around. 5 rules. Work harder than feels reasonable. Build something undeniably better, not just slightly better. Surround yourself with great people pointed in one direction. Cut anything that's just noise. And take your biggest swing while the stakes are still low. Here's the thing that should actually stick with you, though. None of these 5 rules require genius. They require discomfort. Most people read advice like this and nod, then go right back to their comfortable routine. The ones who actually build something, they're the ones willing to be uncomfortable on purpose. So here's my question for you. Out of these 5, which one are you actually avoiding right now? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if this kind of breakdown is useful to you, hit subscribe because we're doing a lot more of these.